观众朋友们，大家好，欢迎观看网易公开课。
ATalk 英文访谈。
今天做客我们节目的嘉宾是我们的老朋友，前美国 NBA 的明星 James Donaldson 先生。Hi James.
Thank you. Hello.
Welcome
hello.
back to Netease. Welcome back to ATalk.
Thank you. Good to see you, my friend. Good.
Good. You know, last time we had a talk that was about half a year ago, right?
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Would you like to know any new developments of you?
Well, of course, I'm always staying busy with opportunities and things that I like to do, especially with student athletes and with former professional athletes.
I see.
You know, as you know, I am a board of director with the NBA Retired Players Association.
Yeah, we mentioned that last time.
Yes, so I work very closely with hundreds and hundreds of retired professional athletes, professional basketball players. But lately, over the last 6 months, what I've done is put together an opportunity for those former professional athletes of all different sports to work with our young upcoming student athletes. Okay, and the young upcoming student athletes, anywhere from the 8th grade all the way through college, are all trying to be like these former athletes, these former professionals.
They want to be professionals.
Of course, that's the ultimate dream. You know, but unfortunately, you know, the percentages of someone becoming a professional athlete like I was is very, very small. When you
How
look
small
at,
was that? I know.
wow, it's probably less than 1%.
Wow, so that means the majority of the student athletes couldn't really become professional players after graduating.
That's right.
And you are like a very successful example.
Yes.
You used to be a student athlete.
Yes.
And then you went all the way to NBA
Absolutely.
to play at NBA, become successful NBA players.
Yeah.
So from you, I guess you can give us some enlightenments,
Yes.
advice.
Right.
And not just in America. We have hundreds or even thousands of student athletes in China as well.
I'm sure, yeah.
So we'd love to hear some advice from you.
All right. Well,
Okay.
good. So what we've put together is an organization called the Athletes Playbook.
Athletes Playbook.
Okay, and a playbook is like where you have the drawings of the different plays you're running, and you have to execute the play in order to be successful.
Yep.
If you don't execute the play properly, you'll have a problem.
Yep.
And life is the same way. You have to execute your plan. You have to have a plan. You have to have a backup plan in case your first plan doesn't work out.
Yeah, I see. The first plan is to be a very successful professional player.
Yes.
Like Michael Jordan, like Yao Ming.
That's right.
But what if the first plan didn't really come true, right?
Well,
they fail. Then you have to have a backup plan.
That's right. That's when it's important to have a backup plan.
Yeah.
And that backup plan really consists of having an educational platform that you can fall back on at any time and go in a different direction. If you want to be a professional athlete, it doesn't work out, you can fall back to your education and you can become a banker, you can become a finance person, you can become a technician, a computer operator, what have you.
Exactly.
There's hundreds and hundreds of different opportunities if you have that education with you.
Yep.
And so what we are working with is the student athlete, and the emphasis is on student.
I see. So can you tell us what are some important things a student athlete needs to do in order to become successful?
Yes, to be a successful student athlete, first and foremost, you have to be able to have good grades to go to school.
Yep.
Okay, you have to be eligible, you have to stay in school, you have to continue pursuing good grades in order to stay on the athletic team as well.
Yep.
The athletic team has certain criteria, and if you fall below that criteria, you won't be able to play sports. Okay, so you have to keep your grades above that criteria, and that way you're on your way to becoming a successful student athlete. Being a student athlete offers a lot of great opportunities. The opportunity to play sports at high school, the opportunity to play sports in college, the opportunity to even receive a college scholarship. All your tuition paid for free of charge if you are a good enough student athlete.
I see.
So already there's a tremendous benefit to being a successful student athlete, and that's what we want to do with the Athletes Playbook, is to make sure that these young people are on that pathway of being successful.
To get all the resources they need to become successful
That's
in
right.
the end.
Right.
And also being an athlete, that's not a career that you can hold forever.
That's right. No one can.
No one can play basketball or play soccer or other sports forever.
No.
Professionally forever.
That's right.
So it's always important to have a backup plan.
That's right.
And you got personal experience to share with us, right?
Absolutely.
Can you tell us what exactly happened?
Okay.
When you were a student athlete,
right?
What some challenges, difficulties you were facing in your time?
Exactly. And let me make one clarification. Success for our business, our program, is to make sure that these student athletes get an opportunity to go to the university and then graduate from the university with a degree in hand.
I see.
That's success. You can go anywhere from there. With a degree, a college degree, you can go anywhere.
Exactly. You hold it's like a threshold to help you open doors to many different careers.
It's your ticket.
Yes, your ticket.
Your ticket.
You'll be on board.
That's right. Now go. Okay. If the student athlete's good enough to become a professional athlete, that's great. More power to them. Everybody's happy. But most of the student athletes will not become professional athletes, so they need to have a college degree.
Yeah.
Okay. And then from that, they'll be able to move forward to any career, any choice that they want to make, because they're educated, they're prepared, and they're ready to go. I was a student athlete, and so I always enjoyed education. That was always one of my main priorities.
What was the major that you studied?
I majored in sociology and psychology when I was at Washington State University. Okay, but I really thought I was going to go into those fields as my career, because I wasn't sure I would be an NBA player. See, I had to go and try out for the NBA. I had to make the team. I had to make the team each year. And I played for 14 years in the NBA.
Wow.
And 20 years altogether professional.
Good. Quite an achievement. And I know you also got into the
Hall of Fame.
Washington State University.
Yes. And also for the Pac-12 conference. The Pac-12 is a big division of university sports. Pacific 12, it's on the west coast of the United States. So California, Arizona, Oregon, Washington, all these schools are part of the Pac-12. So I'm also in the Pac-12 Hall of Fame as well.
Wow.
Yeah. So
good for you.
But I worked very, very hard, and until probably my third year in the NBA, I wasn't sure if my NBA career would continue. Because as you know, and we talked before, the average NBA career is only 3 years.
Yeah, but you played 20 years in total.
20 years, a long time, yes. So, but for me, the first thing that was most important was to get my education. So I had a college degree when I finished the university, and then I was able to move on to the professional. Then I was able to get into business. I didn't study business at the university, so I went back to the university, studied a lot of business courses, learned about business, and kept on trying to do what I wanted to do and be successful at it.
I see. That's good. Very good example, and also quite inspiring story.
Yeah.
Because not everyone can really become like you, right?
Right.
Yeah. And your story can really help them get an ideas to have 2 plans, right? Always have 2 plans ready.
Absolutely.
One to have a major, not in the athlete field, but in a different professional field.
Right.
Then athlete's field is also something you try your best to keep moving on, keep getting ahead.
Yes, exactly. You know, being a student athlete is a unique experience. All the people out here watching today, you know, their parents were students at one time.
Yeah.
They may not have been student athletes, but they were students. All young people are students at some point. But when you add on to be a student athlete, that's a different thing, because now you have to balance academic and athletic. You have to balance it.
Yeah, exactly. Athletics is more on your body, right?
Right.
If you keep doing sports, you have a healthy body.
Yes.
Then the educational side is more on the knowledge, your mind. Right? If you can keep the balance, We have a saying like healthy body, healthy mind.
That's right.
We
That's
can have
right.
them both form a good foundation for your
Yes.
future success.
Well, in your culture is the yin and the yang, right?
Ah, yeah.
Is that what we call it?
Good. I'm quite impressed by you know yin and yang. Yeah, the balance.
The balance.
Exactly.
And so what we do with the Athletes Playbook is help these students achieve balance in both these areas, academics, athletics.
Yes.
The former athletes who were student athletes when they were young are able to give advice to the younger student athletes.
To become their mentors.
Yes.
Yeah. Their experience, advice are very valuable
Right.
to those student athletes.
That's right. That's right. Many times the parents don't know. The parents don't know what it's like to be a student athlete.
Yeah.
But the former athletes know what it's like.
Exactly.
And so they can share that experience.
They've been there, they've done that, they know what you should be doing, what you shouldn't be doing. They do some and don'ts, right?
That's exactly
give these kind of valuable advice to the students, athletes. You
and
do have those kind of videos, right?
Yes, and this will be on videos with Skype especially.
I see.
And so we'll have all that videotaped for them and their experience and their memories.
Good. And I think Netease on open courses, we can really have the channel.
Yes.
The Athletes Playbook.
That's right.
Where Chinese student athletes or the Chinese student athletes' parents, if they want to get some advice, and if they want to get some like mentoring contents, they can go to our website, go to your channel to watch the videos. Yeah.
Absolutely. So there's a lot of wonderful things that we are putting together for the first time. I've been in business for 30 or 40 years. I don't think I've ever seen a model like this where we have the former athletes on one end, the young student athletes on the other end.
Yeah, because this is something in your time, like in 1970s when you were a student athlete, couldn't have the access to.
No, not at all.
Right now it's just from the click of a hand.
Yes.
It's so easy to have the access to those valuable resources.
That's right.
Yeah.
We can connect all of that together now. And you know, with very, very little cost. I mean, now with technology, with the internet, everything is just instantaneous. And connect, even from China to America. You can just connect it just like that.
So easily,
So it's perfect. So this is something that we want to bring to China as well, and to the student athletes and to the parents of the student athletes in China. Let them know that there are opportunities to, if they want to study abroad, or if they want to connect with former athletes in America especially. And we hope to also get some former athletes from China, basketball and soccer and golf and tennis and all the rest of these. And just bring it all together as one big community of former athletes and student athletes.
That's good. Last time, once we aired our interview, we got some feedbacks, comments from our viewers.
Good.
They're particularly interested in professional NBA players training day. Can you share your experience with us? What a typical NBA player's training day was like?
Oh yeah, good. I remember well.
Okay, good. We'd love to know, when do they get up and what do they do in the daytime and what do they eat?
That's right.
Can you tell our audience about that?
Well, surprisingly, the average NBA practice is only about 2 hours, okay?
Only 2 hours?
Only 2 hours.
Playing basketball with other teammates.
When you're on the basketball court and you're running up and down, you're playing, you're practicing, you're training. But, you know, a real professional gets to the practice facility maybe an hour early, 2 hours early, because you have to prepare, you have to get your body ready to go, stretching, exercise. If you need some medical attention to something that's bothering you, they have athletic trainers there. And so practice normally starts about 10 a.m.
10 a.m.
10 a.m.
2 hours, and from 10 a.m. to 12.
10 to 12 is when the practice is going.
What else do they do after the training?
Well, after, which is finished at 12 usually, then there's time for treatment for injuries because you know, I had some serious injuries when I played. My knee and my leg and my fingers are still not fixed. So,
I see. You can even show the camera.
Many things. So, you know, your fingers get twisted up, and that's what happens. So, athletes have many injuries, and you have to, if you're going to be having a long career, you have to be able to take care of yourself.
Yeah,
and so, of course, we have trainers, we have doctors, we have everybody at practice.
Like therapy, certain...
Therapy, especially for ice or heat, or, you know, things like that. Massage, there's massage therapists now at practice. Wow. And so usually for 1 or 2 hours after practice, the players are still at the practice facility. They're getting treatment, they're resting, they're maybe having some lunch at the practice facility. And by the time they finally get home, it's 2 o'clock, 2:30 or something like this in the afternoon.
I see.
So it's a long day from 10 to 2:30 of practice and training and preparation every single day.
What about diet? Is there like a special diet that NBA players usually have?
Yeah. Well, nowadays, most NBA teams have a chef that will be at practice.
Their own chef?
Their own chef, And so the chef will come to practice and prepare the lunch after practice for the players. Okay, and so after practice, you have a special request. You want salmon, you want chicken, you want roast beef, whatever. The chef will make this specially for you.
I see.
Okay.
Are there any like certain food or certain cuisines that NBA players shall stay away from? Or there's no such like regulations or requirements, like anything is fine?
Well, everything is fine in moderation. Okay? Moderation.
As long as you don't eat too much of anything.
That's the key.
Okay.
But of course, if you drink too much alcohol, that's going to be a problem. If you smoke, that's going to be a problem. You take too many painkiller medication pills, that's going to be a problem. So everything has to be really carefully monitored and paid attention to.
And that's the chef's job, to have a balanced meal.
The chef's job to have a balanced meal. The trainer's job is to make sure that the athlete has everything he needs to make his body ready to go for tomorrow and the next day. Because this is every single day we practice, so you train every day.
Every day?
Every day.
Without weekends?
Even on weekends, Saturdays
even
and Sundays, even on Christmas Day, New Year's Day, you are practicing and training.
Wow.
This is your commitment to the team, and you have to do this. And so, you know, I played for all those years, and I practiced and trained, and so you don't have a regular schedule like normal people. Normal people are going to work 8 to 5, 9 to 5, and they come back home, they have dinner with the family. An athlete, no. An athlete is, you know, the family is the team.
The team is your family.
The team is your family, yes. And so you train with the team, you eat with the team, you travel with the team, you think together as a team. This is part of being a team.
Wow. If you spend too much time with the team, will you have some spare time to be with your family?
Well, typically you have to make sure you have a family that understands that your first commitment is going to be to the team.
I see.
Because also in the NBA we travel a lot.
Competition is fierce, right? If you don't have such commitment, and everyone else is having such commitment, you can be easy to get left behind.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, so you get left behind very quickly.
So you don't want that to happen. So you have to really have this kind of a commitment.
Yes. As I mentioned, in the NBA we travel a lot because there are 82 games in the season. 82. So 41 games at home, 41 games on the road, outside travel.
I see.
And so
all around America.
Yeah, you might travel. When I played in Seattle, for instance, we had to travel to New York, maybe, and maybe down to Dallas, maybe over to Atlanta. There are many long flights, 4 or 5 hour flight. But now, you know, the NBA teams have private jets. That are beautiful, beautiful private jets. Much leg room, big seats, a lot of food, very, very comfortable. And that keeps the athlete refreshed, rested, and when they get to the next city, they can be ready to play the game.
Very good, very good. Professional career is kind of like a race in your professional field, right?
Yeah.
Right now, many people are talking about 2 races. One is in the professional field. One is in the personal field. Right. So, in your personal experience, can you tell us how can we kind of ensure we can win in both races?
Yeah. Again, I think it comes down to balance. You have to make sure that you have a balance between your professional life and your personal life. And a lot of people get into trouble because they become out of balance.
Yeah, it's hard. It's easier said than done.
Right? Yeah. Now, for a short time, it's okay to be out of balance because you might really be focused and concentrating on your career.
As long as you have a family that understands you.
Yes, they have to understand, that's right. Or a girlfriend that understands, or a boyfriend that understands, or a wife or a husband. They have to understand that this is a short time. I'm going to focus. And when I'm finished my focus, then I can come back to being more balanced, okay? And that's true for any professional. You know, doctors have a big problem. All professional, no personal. You know, attorneys, lawyers, businessmen, finance people, all professional, very little personal. And they have problems like this.
Yeah.
Athletes are the same way.
Yeah.
So for athletes, we have to make sure that we surround ourselves with good friends, good support, people who understand what we're going through. Once the season is over, in the NBA, we get 2 months off.
Oh, okay? That's good.
So, well, I should say, if you make the playoffs, then you'll keep playing until June. If you don't make the playoffs, you finish in April. Okay, so I guess that's the benefit if you have a bad team. You finish early.
Yeah, you have to look on the bright side of everything. Right?
Yeah, you have to.
The pros and cons in everything.
That's right.
Ah.
So
that's also something like the retired NBA players or former athletes can give this kind of advice to student athletes.
Yes.
This is something they're going to be facing after graduate.
They will definitely be facing it. And again, no one really knows what that's about except for a former athlete who's been there and done that.
Yeah.
There's, I don't know if you know, but there's a very high divorce rate for professional athletes as well. Because the life is not balanced. It's all professional, very little personal. And if you don't have a personal life to share with your wife and your children, well, at some point, you won't have them. There'll be a separation. So it's too bad, but that happens quite a bit. But it also happens with doctors and lawyers and business people.
I see. So as for young people, student athletes, they better try to avoid them in the future to get the advice from former athletes. That's
right. You know, I learned early that, you know, all the things that I was sacrificing to be a student athlete. You know, when I went to the university at Washington State University, all my friends would go out to the parties every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday night, every night.
Almost every night.
Almost every night, you know, but because I was training and because I wanted to be a real good student athlete, I didn't go to the parties.
I see.
I didn't go and drink like they were doing. Because I knew that if I became an athlete, all of those opportunities will still be there. They're not going away.
Exactly.
See, there's still parties I can go to even now if I want.
Even better ones.
Even better ones
in the future.
That's right, even better.
So you save those for the future.
That's right.
Exactly.
So you know, I think what we can really provide is the advice and the real experience of the former athletes, working with the student athletes, continuing to encourage them that it's worth the sacrifice, but you got to sacrifice.
Yep.
You know, it's a price to pay, but you got to pay it.
No pain, no gain. Right?
That's exactly right.
Pain passes pleasure.
Yeah, there we go. I like that. Yes, that's very true. Very true.
Good. So all the sacrifice you make when you are student athletes, it will pay off in the future.
It will. Even if you don't become a professional athlete, it'll still pay off if you graduate from college.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Because
with that ticket in your hand.
Our young people don't understand how much further ahead a college degree puts them. Here's a student with no college degree. Here's a student with a college degree.
Exactly. The opportunities that just
look how
a huge difference.
And the student without a college degree, what can he do? Nothing.
Not much. Right?
Not much. Very little. This one up here, potential is huge.
Exactly. So Even though you are student athletes, you have to think ahead of the time.
Yes, exactly.
You'd better have both ready in your hands.
Right. And so that's what we were working on. That's what I've been doing the last 6 months. We'll start everything in America, get ready to go, and hopefully we can bring it over to China.
That's good. A very meaningful project.
I think so.
And it can really help lots of young students, especially young student athletes in China.
Exactly.
And we'd love to, as Netease on open courses, we'd love to have this kind of channel for athletes playbook. To help Chinese viewers to watch the content, to be inspired and knowledge and helped. We know you are a very helpful person. You love to help people.
We have to.
And we can also tell the audience, if they have any questions, requirements, comments, please feel free to leave your comments. And we have the chance to really keep seeing James in the future. Great. So before we finish up here, any other words you'd like to say to your audience?
No, I'm very happy to see that now in the Chinese community, more and more parents are understanding the value of having a student who is also a good student, but also athletic as well. The balance between the two. A strong, healthy mind, a strong, healthy body, and these students will become even more and more successful as they get older. The opportunity to go to college, the opportunity to study abroad, the opportunity to learn English. There's all kind of great opportunities for young people now that we didn't have when we were young. And so I encourage all the parents out there to continue providing all the support to your students and to your children and giving them these great opportunities to be very, very successful and to prosper in the future.
Thank you so much for taking the interview. It's a real honor to have you back.
Thank you. Good to see you. All right.